Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're tuning in today. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, an investor, or honestly just someone fascinated by explosive emerging markets, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're cracking open an exclusive playbook derived directly from Trade and Investment Bangladesh, or TNIB, to uncover 10 highly lucrative, high-potential business ventures in Bangladesh. We're going to look at the exact industries poised for massive growth by 2026, breaking down what they do, who they serve, and exactly what it takes to get them off the ground.
So, let me start by asking you this. Where is Bangladesh's next massive fortune hiding? It's literally the million-dollar question every ambitious founder is asking right now. For decades, the narrative around Bangladesh's economy has been dominated by a few familiar players: traditional trading, ready-made garments, and basic agriculture. But the landscape is shifting at lightning speed. The true monumental growth of the next decade lies far beyond those conventional borders. We're looking for the hidden gems, the foundational services, and the innovative products that this rapidly modernizing country is absolutely starving for.
Okay, let's dive into this strategic roadmap. First, we'll cover Bangladesh's economic evolution. Second, health and agriculture innovations. Third, industrial and tech infrastructure. Fourth, a strategic guide to scaling. And finally, an investment and workforce comparison.
Starting right off with Section 1, Bangladesh's economic evolution. To build a successful venture, you have to truly understand the environment before you can dominate it. And Bangladesh is undergoing a profound transformation. It's rapidly transitioning from a purely labor-driven economy into a highly diversified, value-added powerhouse. What's driving this? Well, a massively growing middle class, rapid urbanization, sprawling infrastructure expansion, and a relentless digital transformation. Consumer behavior is completely shifting. People simply have more disposable income and higher standards of living now. Therefore, the real challenge for you as an aspiring entrepreneur isn't just starting a business. It's identifying sectors with guaranteed future demand, limited existing competition, and massive scalability. It's like the old saying goes, you want to skate to where the puck is going, not where it's been.
Moving right along to Section 2, Health and Agriculture Innovations.
First up in this cluster, we have healthcare and hygiene. Think about a medical oxygen production plant. Bangladesh's healthcare sector is expanding wildly. Every single new hospital, clinic, and diagnostic center creates this continuous, non-negotiable demand for oxygen. You are quite literally supplying the breath of life. And alongside that, look at hygiene products. As urban awareness skyrockets, the demand for toilet tissue, kitchen towels, and napkins for households and restaurants is practically endless. It turns basic jumbo rolls into an absolute cash flow engine.
Now, what's really interesting here is how these ventures completely revolutionize traditional farming. We aren't talking about subsistence agriculture anymore. We're talking about high-yield agribusiness. Animal feed additives, like vitamins and enzymes, are absolutely critical for modern farms to boost productivity. Then there's commercial greenhouse farming. By controlling the climate, you can pump out premium exotic vegetables and flowers year-round for luxury hotels and supermarkets. And finally, commercial seed production. To keep yields high, the country needs millions of kilograms of top-tier vegetable, rice, and maize seeds annually. You could be the one supplying them.
Ultimately, what you're doing with these agricultural ventures is feeding the future. You're placing yourself at the very top of the food supply chain. By supplying essential supplements, hybrid seeds, and premium greenhouse yields, your potential customer base isn't just a few local shops. It's millions of farmers, massively expanding agribusinesses, and the top-tier hospitality sector. The scalability here is, well, it's absolutely phenomenal.
All right, on to Section 3, Industrial and Tech Infrastructure.
Here, we're shifting our focus to the physical frameworks that keep the factories humming. These are incredibly robust B2B ventures. Take industrial testing and calibration labs. As factories export more, they absolutely must comply with strict international standards. They need their equipment calibrated and their materials tested. You essentially become the gatekeeper of quality. Next up, industrial uniforms. With Bangladesh's massive industrial workforce, the market for corporate wearwear is just staggering. And third, industrial refrigeration and cold rooms. Exporters, food processors, and pharma companies desperately need cold storage. This is a critical, high-value supply chain bottleneck that you can step in and solve.
But hey, if you're a bit more tech-inclined, this next sector is for you: data centers and cloud infrastructure. Bangladesh is right in the middle of a massive digital boom. Banks, startups, corporate giants, government agencies, they all suddenly need secure data storage, disaster recovery solutions, and managed server hosting. Storing and protecting a nation's digital footprint is a mission-critical service, and let me tell you, it comes with massive profit margins.
On a completely different but surprisingly profitable note, we have commercial landscaping and nurseries. As concrete jungles expand and urbanization accelerates, corporate developers and wealthy homeowners are desperately seeking to green their spaces. There is a huge, untapped demand for professional landscaping, rooftop gardens, and ornamental plants. It's just a brilliant way to capitalize on urban expansion while making the city more livable.
Which brings us to Section 4, a strategic guide to scaling.
Because let's be real, having a great idea is maybe 10% of the battle, right? Execution is everything. The playbook from Trade and Investment Bangladesh perfectly captures this ethos, stating, "We act as a trusted strategic partner in your growth journey." When you're entering these new, high-growth markets, you really can't go at it alone. You need to approach your business with a mindset of strategic partnership, leveraging expertise to navigate the complexities of execution.
So, the crucial point is how you operate on a daily basis. The playbook boils scaling down to 4 non-negotiable pillars. 1. Quality. Whether it's medical oxygen or hybrid seeds, your product must be undeniably superior. 2. Innovation. You've got to continually adapt to the changing landscape. 3. Compliance. In sectors like testing labs, adhering strictly to regulations is your ticket to long-term survival. And 4. Customer service. In B2B markets, your reliability is what locks in those massive corporate contracts. If you master these 4, you won't just compete, you will completely dominate.
Finally, let's hit Section 5, the investment and workforce comparison.
It's time to look at the hard data, and this brilliantly illustrates the sheer variety of entry points available to you. If you have serious capital, you can look at data centers, which require anywhere from 2 to 50 crore taka, or large medical oxygen plants running 20 crore and above. But if you're starting with less capital, look at commercial landscaping, which you can launch for 10 lakh to 2 crore, or commercial greenhouses starting around 20 lakh. The workforce requirements also vary wildly, from lean greenhouse operations of just 5 workers all the way to massive industrial uniform factories needing up to 100 employees.
What this actually means for you as a strategist is that you must ruthlessly evaluate your own resources. You're basically looking at a spectrum between capital-intensive businesses like data centers versus labor-intensive businesses like industrial uniform manufacturing. You need to match your financial runway and your management bandwidth to the correct sector. Don't start a labor-heavy uniform factory if your real strength is raising capital, but you hate managing large teams, right? Play to your strategic advantage.
We've covered the economic shift, the biological needs, the industrial backbone, the strategy for scaling, and the financial reality of 10 incredible opportunities. The blueprint is now officially yours. The middle class is rising, the infrastructure is scaling, and the demand is very, very real. So the only question left to ask is this: will you be the one to build the enterprise that defines Bangladesh's next decade?